Greetings, citizens of Val Verde. It's Saturday. I'm in what I affectionately call my corner hovel. This is where all the magic happens. It's the nerve centre. Just a quick bit of bonus content for you. I was asked by Kieran last week, or about 2 weeks ago, if I could record a brief video to be included in the Star Trek Éire panel at Dublin Comic Con, which I did in a pinch last Saturday, sent it off, and they had their panel on Sunday. And that video is now available on the YouTubes to watch, link in the description. But here is my section. It's about 3 minutes long. It's about Star Trek, and I hope you enjoy it. Pow! Excellent. Hello everyone, I'm Richard Jackson from Val Verde Broadcasting on YouTube, which is a channel where two grown men sit in my living room and say too much. I've been asked to speak to you today about where I would take the Star Trek franchise. Now, this had a spanner thrown in the works actually, because I would like to say that I wanted a series set after Voyager that would take us forward in the Star Trek continuity. And after I was asked, the Captain Picard series was announced, which kind of buggered my plans really. I would still go after Voyager, that's kind of my thing. I've also read today that Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth have dropped out of negotiations for the new Bad Robot Star Trek film. And obviously we have this Tarantino situation going on, but let's put that aside for one moment. We have Captain Picard, which is going to be co-created by Alex Kurtzman, which I find quite interesting because he not only was involved in the Bad Robot films and Discovery, of course, but the Star Trek Countdown comic, you may remember, which featured Captain Picard in a sort of slightly dreary, unsatisfying way for my tastes. So I wouldn't do that at all. I would leave that whole thing alone. My idea is that you should just do, and I'll leave it to you to come up with the title. My pitch for the new Star Trek series is Star Trek The Next Generation. So there's nothing wrong, I say, in just going 70, 80 years ahead and seeing what the Federation is doing kind of a generation after Voyager. It worked spectacularly once before, there's no reason it can't work again. Let's have a completely new crew, new ship, new kind of issues to tackle, new parts of the galaxy to take on, new species. Let's just kind of skip forward. And if you wanted to, you can have like a, you know, ancient Kate Mulgrew wheeled out like they did with Bones in the start of TNG. You can bring back old characters. You could have Ben Sisko come out of the wormhole. But I think a lot of us, and I won't speak for everybody, I think a lot of us are quite sick of prequels and kind of reboots. It seems like Star Trek hasn't really wanted to, it hasn't had the confidence to move forward for quite some time. And they always just want to give us Spock and Kirk again, which there's nothing wrong with those guys, but we need to sort of move forward. Which I think was the idea behind the Star Trek animated series that never came to fruition. But I want that. I want more. I want the double future. I want the next generation. Before I run out of time, because I've only got 40 seconds left, my other pitch is a Picard show, and it's called Earl Grey Tea Hot for Two. And it's like comedians getting coffee in cars or whatever with Jerry Seinfeld, except Captain Picard sits in his flat on Romulus as an ambassador, and every week an old character comes and talks to him for an hour. So maybe Worf just comes around and they talk about, you know, Targs and stuff like that, or you know, a Beta Z could come around and they can do some emotional stuff. Reggie Barclay could come around for an hour and just annoy everybody and make them hate the show. Yeah, that's my second pitch. So that's only my 3 minutes up. It's been rambly and weird, and I'm going to beam back out. Thank you very much. Peace.